You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, the U.S. Post Office has been busy since Thanksgiving, and yesterday they broke a record. Our very own Melissa Alexis shares how this piece of history passed right through the 4 states.
Also, Missouri's hands-free law goes into effect on January 1st. We'll see how this law could impact you.
And we've got a cold start to the day. Looks pretty, though. We'll have a few clouds as we go through today as well. Going to be on the chilly side. A look at that forecast. Get you out the doors coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner, coming up on 7:01 on this Tuesday, December the 10th. Happy Tuesday. Of course, today our Tuesday, Toy Box Tuesday telethon. That's at noon, 5, 6, and 9. So make sure you call in, donate, or you can go online, KOAMNewsNow.com, and do so there. And the holidays picking up, especially when it comes to mail.
Absolutely. The U.S. Postal Service is having a busy holiday season, and yesterday it delivered its 5 billionth piece of mail since Thanksgiving. Can you believe that?
That is not even that long ago, it seems. Well, that piece of mail passed through the community of Noel, Missouri, or as it's called in December, Noel. KOAM's Melissa Alexis has more on the miles.
Holiday cheer is in the air in Noel, Missouri, and Noel resident Kathy Ramirez received a special delivery.
Well, that's really awesome. It's actually a blessing to be able to know that they do that much work over there.
She received the United States Postal Service's 5 billionth holiday mail piece since Thanksgiving this year.
A lot. And I guess it was just like in a month's time. So that's really awesome. They've been working their butts off. I know that for sure.
The holiday milestone being in Noel, also known as the Christmas City, makes it all the more special.
As long as I can remember, since I was a kid, it's always been a big deal to come and get your card stamped in Noel.
Some from Japan, we've had some from France, we've had some from Germany.
The Noel Post Office receives mail from all over the country and world during the holiday season, from people wanting their mail piece to get the festive stamps.
People come from everywhere, like not just the 4 states, they come from like other states to get their cards stamped.
People will come from all over the country, or they'll mail them to us, and so we'll get letters and cards from Alabama or California.
The USPS is delivering just shy of 500 million mail pieces per day throughout the month of December.
And what better name for a Christmas city than Noel, Missouri?
Reporting in Noel, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
The USPS has implemented more than 500 new package sorting machines to help postal workers sort and process packages more quickly.
That's just incredible. It's not even been a month since Thanksgiving. It's only been, a couple of weeks since Thanksgiving.
Yeah, just about.
And 5 billion pieces of mail.
Could you imagine that? I wonder by the time Christmas finally gets here what they'll be up to.
Goodness, maybe probably double that at this point. Our temperatures are not double what they were yesterday. In fact, they'll be colder than what they were yesterday. And then it'll warm back up again. We'll get to all that. But first, let's get you out the door with a look outside from our camera in downtown Pittsburgh. Sun is rising. It looks really nice out there. Regrettably, it just doesn't feel that way. MoDOT camera 20th and range line. Again, looking pretty good this morning as well. As we go through the morning, we are looking at partly cloudy skies. Could even have some moments of mostly cloudy skies out there today. We're also going to have a gusty north wind. So it's going to feel like it's in the 30s, regardless of how warm we get. Now, if you watch these temperatures, especially if you watch our eastern counties, it's very brief, but you do reach the low 40s for highs, albeit briefly. And I do believe at least all of us today should reach the low 40s for our highs. We'll have skies clearing as we head into the evening, but of course that also works in the sense that, we won't have that thermal blanket, which means it will be warm. It's been a long day, okay? It will be colder tonight, because we won't have anything to try and trap in any of that warmer air. Not like it's very warm right now. It's 29 in Joplin, 30 in Pittsburgh this morning. Across the region, we again have some upper 20s now, a few more of those, and we still have some low 30s, but all of that is beside the point, because once you throw in that north breeze, feels like it's 19 in Stockton and Greenfield. The rest of us feeling like the low 20s across the area, so definitely want to bundle up. Again, highs today, low 40s, winds north gusting upwards of 20, maybe 25 miles an hour at times. Partly to mostly cloudy skies clearing overnight tonight. Very cold tonight, colder tomorrow. And then it warms up again. We'll take a look at the full forecast and that warm up here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, authorities confirmed yesterday they've recovered a woman's body from the ruins of a house fire in southeast Kansas. Now, that fire occurred Saturday morning in the Crawford County community of South Radley. Firefighters from multiple departments responded, and now the state fire marshal's office is investigating, and authorities are awaiting results of an autopsy on the woman. Now they're withholding a name until they make a positive identification. Emergency crews in Newton County, Missouri responded to reports of a single vehicle crash that became much more. A vehicle left the road and struck a tree around 8 yesterday morning. While responding to that crash, the Newton County ambulance was also involved in a crash. As those crashes were both being attended, there was another two-vehicle crash. All three crashes took place on Gateway Drive. Now, 4 people involved in the series of crashes were transported to area hospitals, all with non-life-threatening injuries. Well, an investigation into a woman's death follows an officer-involved shooting in Missouri over the weekend. Authorities in Festus, Missouri responded to the incident Sunday morning. Officers identified the truck involved and tried to stop the driver, who then sped off. The truck then hit a concrete median and flipped. Authorities say the suspect then came out of the truck with several weapons. Police returned gunfire and struck the suspect multiple times. The man was taken to a local hospital. No word on his condition. Police say they found a woman dead inside the truck, and authorities have not released the names of the man or the woman. And now you can stay up to date with the latest news, weather, and sports with the KOAM Plus TV streaming app. It's available on Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV Plus, and Roku. And the player is also available on our news and weather apps as well as our website. Watch live streaming anytime, absolutely free. The KOAM Plus TV streaming app. Well, a change in Missouri law will soon carry a stiffer penalty for some distracted drivers. Starting January 1st, Missourians will face a potential citation for handheld use of their phones while driving. KOAM's Lonnie Walton spoke to an expert on how you can comply with the law.
Soon drivers will be able to begin receiving tickets and fines for holding their phone while they're driving.
Nick Shabaria is the spokesperson for AAA Missouri. Although the law is already active, Shabaria says this year you'll just get a warning. But Shabaria says that's stopping soon. You'll get a citation if you're not hands-free starting January 1st.
You can, of course, still use your navigation or, connect to Bluetooth for audio apps. You just can't hold your phone in your hand or have it in your lap or support it with any part of your body.
We caught up with a 4-state driver, and he says he does what he can to stay hands-free.
Bluetooth most of the time. I use it for maps, and then I like listening to podcasts too, music.
Although the law is put in place to stop drivers from touching their phone while driving, Shabaria says there's some reasons why you can touch your phone.
And and the law kind of has some common sense exemptions built in. Drivers can still, use their phone manually if they're calling in an emergency or reporting a crime.
Shabaria says an officer can't simply pull you over for holding a phone in your hand. You have to commit other traffic violations first. The intention is to keep Missouri highways safer this coming year. Reporting in Joplin, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
And Shabaria recommends using a phone mount, and he says you can find them to fit just about any make of car. And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, representatives from the Optimist International of Joplin join us to share how you can help women and girls in our area. And later, Charlene Patton stopped by the studio earlier with a party dip recipe for your next holiday gathering. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. The Optimist International of Joplin's annual nut fundraiser has been going on for a little while now, and we have Emily Gibson, one of the organizers, with us this morning to share how this fundraiser benefits women and girls in our area. Good morning and welcome to you. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, for those who might not know, talk to me about this Optimist International of Joplin and what you all do.
Yeah. Our local club, Optimist International of Joplin, is part of a global volunteer organization that is committed to helping women and girls girls by providing access to training and education and really promoting economic success and empowerment for them. Yeah, so we have 3 different programs that we do locally, and those are the Live Your Dream Awards, which is scholarships for women that are the primary providers for their family. When they go back to school, we can help alleviate the burdens of educational costs. We also do a really exciting program, Dream It, Be It program with high school girls, where we kind of do a crash course on career success and set them up with mentors in the area and give them a little bit of a boost. The girls that maybe don't have as much support at home, that don't know that they are capable of achieving their dreams. So that's a really special one. And then our third one we've been doing for 40 years now. It's Camp Sir Optimist, which is a camp for children in foster care in Jasper County. And it's a really special week. So those 3 programs are supported by our members of Sir Optimist and the community.
Yes, and also I'm assuming this fundraiser that's been going on for a while. So talk to me a little bit about this annual net fundraiser. How long has it been going on for, and just kind of what it all entails?
Yeah, so for the past couple of months or so, you may have heard that Sir Optimist members are collecting nut orders for Terry Lynn Gourmet Nuts. There's snacks, there's candies, there's trail mixes, all kinds of fun stuff, great chocolates. My favorite is the chocolate covered pecans. They're amazing.
That sounds delicious.
We always have this as a catalog sale, and we've been doing this for many years. But this year we actually launched an online store where you can buy these nuts and different treats. And so we encourage you to go online and shop today. Today is actually the last day that we can guarantee shipping before Christmas. So today's the perfect day to go in and get your holiday gifts. They're great stocking stuffers, gifts for grandparents. My grandparents love the pistachios there. That's always one of their go-tos.
So delicious.
Yeah.
Well, a wonderful organization. Sounds like some wonderful food for sure. So be sure to go ahead and order. It is also going to be joplin.terrylyn.com for those orders. We have it right up there on the screen. Thank you so much for being with us this morning, Emily. Happy to have you. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:17 now on this Tuesday morning. We're starting with the future track. We're looking at partly cloudy, maybe even periods of mostly cloudy skies out there. All of us should make highs into the low 40s. Some of us, Monette, for example, Mount Vernon, may only make the low 40s briefly, but you will at least make that for your high. Then later this evening, skies will begin to clear. We're also going to have gusty winds to contend with today. They'll ease up a bit tonight, and they'll pick up again tomorrow. We're having a pretty cold start to the day again. We'll go into the 20s overnight, back into the upper 20s, low 30s to start our Wednesday. And then as we head into the afternoon, gusty winds again with the colder start. It's going to be a colder day. We're looking at upper 30s and low 40s for our highs. I do believe more of us should make the low 40s than not, but northern half of our area, at least northern third of our area, could only make the upper 30s tomorrow. Now, here's the thing. Late Wednesday into Thursday, a warm front lifts through the area. We have a low pressure system off to our north and west, and clouds will begin to increase on our Thursday. So we're going to start the day pretty cold. You can see we're in the 20s Thursday morning, but a gusty southwest breeze ushers in clouds and warmer air. By noon on Thursday, we're now into the upper 40s and low 50s across the area. These clouds are increasing ahead of some rain chances as we head into our Friday. But look at Thursday evening, we got mid, even upper 50s for some of us out there. So it will warm right back up again as we're in our 5th straight week now of roller coaster temperatures. 29 in Joplin. Skies are clear for now. It feels like 20 though. The north breeze at 9. And around the region, temperatures, we've got some upper 20s, we have some low 30s. It is, again, a cold start to the day, but none of that really is a big deal because we also have the winds to contend with, and that's making it feel like 19 in Stockton and Greenfield. And the rest of us, it feels like the low 20s as we get our Tuesday underway. So as our Tuesday gets underway, we're going to be about 32 to start, partly cloudy skies, and again, maybe a mix of mostly cloudy skies here and there. 38 by 11 o'clock this morning. Again, those winds out of the north increasing. Be gusting upwards of 20 miles an hour. Temperatures, again, eventually should make the low 40s, but with the winds, it's going to feel like it's in the 30s. So no matter how warm you do or do not get, it will feel like the 30s out there. While those partly to mostly cloudy skies. By the later this afternoon or late evening hours, we start to clear out. Low 30s by 10. We're going to fall back into the mid-20s for our overnight lows, with the northwest winds easing up just a little, at least briefly, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Then they pick back up again Wednesday, gusting upwards of 20 to 25 miles an hour. So again, no matter how warm you do or do not get, wind chills are going to feel like the 30s all day. Mid-20s overnight, warmer Thursday. Thursday kicks off several days of the 50s. All the way through next Tuesday is the expectation at this point. Now, with some of these low 50 days, could see some upper 40s out there, but we're going to be a bit warmer. We do have some rain chances late Friday, maybe a couple of sprinkles early Saturday. Saturday, Sunday look pretty good. Monday, temperature-wise, looks pretty good. Maybe some morning showers, and then we get another cold front that comes in, and as we head into the second half, or into the midweek point of next week, our temperatures start falling again. So we're still on that up and down. We're back into the 40s in the second half of next week, lows in the 20s. So next week, if this continues, which right now it seems to be, next week will be 6 straight weeks of Mother Nature not being able to determine what the temperature should be here in the 4 states. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Welcome back. Charlene Patton from the Kansas Soybean Commission is with us this morning to teach us another fun holiday party dish. Good morning to you, Charlene.
Good morning. We're doing a takeoff really on the popular French onion dip that you can actually make yourself. And I love when you're doing it yourself, you can make adjustments to the recipes to add different flavors and things. We started out with 1 cup of onion. Does that look like 1 cup?
Just about.
We sauteed it in our skillet and with some vegetable oil. And so then it reduced down to this, but until it's nice and golden brown.
Delicious.
We added just a little bit of sugar to that, and now we're going to add that to our yogurt. Now this is soy yogurt, plain yogurt, and I'll let you add that in. Great.
There we go.
And we'll stir that, and then you have some more Worcestershire sauce that we'll add that in. And then we have some French onions there, and I just crumbled them a little bit, and we'll stir that into it. How about that for an easy dip recipe to have that you made yourself? And by using the soy yogurt, we've reduced the amount of calories in this dip.
Oh, fantastic.
It's great to put this in the refrigerator and let the flavors blend a little bit before you serve it. But then when you serve it, we have it here. We added a little bit more of the crumbled fried onions, and we added a little green onion there to give it a little color. Serve it with crackers and relishes, and you have a healthy dip for the holidays.
Absolutely perfect, and it looks absolutely delicious. How long would you suggest that it rests in the sits in the fridge for?
Probably about 30 minutes, but you know, this is a great recipe that you could actually make the day ahead and then have it all ready for your party.
Fantastic. Well, Charlene, if people want to get this recipe or any other recipes in the month of December, where can they do so?
They should go to kansassoybeans.org, or they can call our 800 number, 877-KS-SOYBEAN, and we'll mail you all the recipes for December.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much for being with us this
Thank
morning,
you.
Charlene. Happy to have you. Stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the KOAO Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:28. I'm Elise Snowy. Well, Pittsburgh schools will soon join the ranks of others banning the use of cell phones during class. The USD 250 school board members fine-tuned the district's new policy yesterday evening. The basic rule: cell phones are not to be seen or used during the class time. Now, that includes in the hallways and in bathrooms. During that time, phones can be on but have to be silent or in airplane mode. Also, wireless headphones or earbuds are no longer allowed. Now, corded headphones can be used with permission but can only be plugged into a computer and not a phone. The new district policy is set to go into effect January 1st. A Chatopa, Kansas woman is celebrating a milestone. Anita Sheffield reached the youthful age of 101 yesterday. And no surprise, she used the occasion to look back on a good life.
And I sewed for people and thoroughly enjoyed it and was still sewing I serve with people here in Chautauqua and people in Oswego, but my eyes was getting where it was hard to see and hold my needle. But anyway, I love Chautauqua too, but I've had a real good life.
Anita remains the definition of active thanks to her wheelchair, scooter, and walks around the apartment. And to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, you can download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Well, Operation Santa continues through the Postal Service this year. Each season, thousands write letters to Santa through this program. Now, folks can adopt a letter that's written to Santa, buy a gift on that wish list, and ship it to the letter writer. Now, if you want to be a part of this program, you should know December 16th is the deadline to ship a gift. You can find more details about Operation Santa at KOAMNewsNow.com. And while you're out Christmas shopping, don't forget about Toy Box Tuesday. You can donate a new toy anytime, or today we make it even easier for you to give. We'll have volunteers manning the phones during our noon, 5, 6, and 9 o'clock newscasts. All you have to do is call in and we'll do the shopping for you. It's your chance to make Christmas a little brighter for every child in the 4 states. Now let's check in with Chris for a look at the forecast.
Pretty cold start to the day. Hi. That is not where this is supposed to be. This is what happens. It's been a long Tuesday already, okay? Haven't been feeling well this morning. Pretend you didn't see what you just did. We're taking a live look from our camera downtown Pittsburgh. Skies are clear, but it is cold out there. Same from the MoDOT camera at 20th and Range Line in Joplin. Future track, we're looking at partly cloudy to even some periods of mostly cloudy skies this afternoon. All of us, even briefly, should make the low 40s, and by briefly, I mean some of our eastern communities may only reach 40, maybe 41 for an hour or so before temperatures come back down again. Skies will start clearing, though, later this evening, and we'll have clear skies as we go into the overnight hours, which means we'll also be a bit colder out there. We're sitting at 29 in Joplin, 28 now in Pittsburgh, and temperatures across the area, again, cold. We've got that mix of upper 20s and some low 30s out there, but all of that is moot because once you factor in that north breeze, we've got teens. 18 is what it feels like in Iola, 19 in Independence, so it does feel cold. The rest of us still in the low 20s out there. Again, highs today, low 40s, partly cloudy skies, maybe even some mostly cloudy skies. North winds gusting upwards of about 20 miles an hour, and skies clearing late this evening ahead of a cold night and a slightly cooler tomorrow. And then a warm front comes in tomorrow night, rims us back up. I'll have those details for you in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, the suspect in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was arrested in Pennsylvania yesterday morning after a tip from the McDonald's worker. Now, police quickly arrested Luigi Mangione, and he was arraigned in person. Fox News correspondent Connor Hansen has more from Midtown Manhattan.
A handcuffed Luigi Mangione arrived at the Blair County Courthouse for his arraignment after being arrested Monday morning by police in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
He was initially cooperative. He is not now. And so he has been arraigned and transported and will be securely housed.
The 26-year-old faces 5 charges in Pennsylvania, including forgery and carrying firearms without a license. According to court documents, the suspect began shaking when asked by police if he's been to New York recently. He will eventually be extradited to New York in connection with the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Thompson was gunned down last Wednesday as he walked into a Midtown Manhattan hotel where he was set to speak at a conference.
In America, we do not kill people in cold blood to resolve policy differences or express a viewpoint.
A McDonald's employee tipped off police after noticing the suspect eating there. In the suspect's backpack, police said they found a 3D printed pistol and a black silencer believed to be used in the shooting, as well as cash and a passport.
There are also other items of evidentiary value that were located that would assist in this investigation.
The suspect did not enter a plea during that court hearing today. He's now being held without bail. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Kids in Kansas City received the trip of a lifetime to the North Pole. In Consumer Watch this morning, while TikTok seeks an appeal against its potential ban in the U.S., the social media giant and its parent company, ByteDance, are asking a federal appeals court to stop the Biden administration from enforcing a law that could ban the platform until the Supreme Court takes up the case. Now, the filing follows a panel's decision to uphold the law, which requires China-based ByteDance to divest its stakes in the company by January 19th to avoid the ban. Now, the company says a ban for even just 1 month could cause it to lose 29% of its targeted global advertising revenue. The Supreme Court has yet to indicate whether or not it will take on the case. A federal agency weighs a potential ban on red food dye. The FDA says it's reviewing a petition to ban red dye number 3 from being used in candy, drinks, and other products. The FDA says the additive, which is used in thousands of products, is safe to consume, but critics raise concerns of the dye being linked to health risks like cancer. The agency says it will review the petition and potentially act on it within the next few weeks. And drinking coffee daily may help extend your lifespan. A new review analyzed more than 50 scientific studies that looked at the impact of coffee on health and aging. The researchers found regular coffee consumption can add almost 2 years on average to a person's healthy life expectancy. The data also indicates it may help reduce the risk of several chronic diseases and conditions, including cancer, cognitive decline, and cardiovascular issues. The research found people who drank between 2 to 3 cups of coffee daily had a 15% lower chance of dying compared to non-coffee drinkers. And that data was published in Aging Research Reviews. Well, merry and bright or stressed and strained. Now, the holiday season can be one or the other depending on your outlook. But while feeling overwhelmed with buying presents, traveling, and more may be unavoidable, psychology experts say you shouldn't let them rule your life. Fox News' Sean Langell takes a closer look at how these pains can actually provide benefits to your mental health.
Mounting tensions that accompany the holiday season are bringing anything but joy to many people's worlds. According to a recent study by LendingTree, out of the nearly 70% of Americans expected to give presents this year, 37% feel pressured to do so, and 26% say it causes them stress. The holidays are also a time filled with gatherings, which can wear you out.
Any stress is still, even good stress is still stress. It still causes like the physiological response that we have, whether it's anxiety, stress, sadness.
But psychology experts say we can turn some of that stress into success, citing the mental health boost related to giving and spending quality time with others.
It can also be a source of excitement and happiness. We know that volunteering or helping others can be really good for us. It can be really good for our mood. It takes the focus off ourselves onto other people.
According to data from the American Psychological Association, giving presents triggers sections of the brain linked to pleasure, social connection, and even trust. Meanwhile, even though going to lots of holiday parties may seem hectic, they may be just what the doctor ordered to help put a smile on your face. Especially with shorter and colder days keeping more people inside the house this time of year.
Seeing other people, not being alone, even if it's like you're not traveling to see family, can you get together with friends, right? Not being alone during this time of year is really useful.
Sean Langell, Fox News.
And those are our top consumer stories. Let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Welcome back to the KOM Morning News. It's 7:43 now on this Tuesday morning, starting with the future track. So we're already starting to see clouds increasing across the area, starting to go partly cloudy. And we're looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies, at least brief periods of mostly cloudy skies by this afternoon. We will eventually, all of us should make the low 40s. Some of us will only make the low 40s for an hour or so, but we all should at least reach 40 degrees for a high today. And then as we head into the evening, skies will begin to clear out, and we'll have clear skies overnight and into our Wednesday. It'll allow us to be a little colder tomorrow. Not too bad tomorrow morning, but still it could be worse, I suppose. It is December, but we're going to start our Wednesday upper 20s and low 30s. We'll have sunny skies throughout the day on Wednesday, and like today, we're going to have gusty winds out there, but they'll be out of the northwest. And because we got a colder start today and some gustier winds, it is going to be a little slower to warm, and we're going to see a good, I'd say the northern quarter, maybe the northern third of our area will only make the upper 30s, but the rest of us should at least make the low 40s on our Wednesday. Now, winds ease up by late Wednesday, and then overnight, they'll pick up out of the south as a warm front lifts north through the area. So again, initially on Thursday, that says Thursday, it's Thursday. We'll start pretty cold. We're in the 20s. Clouds will increase Thursday, and that's ahead of rain chances on Friday, but our temperatures increase as well, as do the south winds, maybe even southwest winds gusting a bit out there. But take a look at noon on Thursday, already upper 40s, low 50s, and we're looking at being into the mid 50s on average as we head into Thursday afternoon. So we're going to warm right back up again. We're on our fifth straight week of roller coaster temperatures. Next week, as this seems to continue, we'll be into our sixth straight week. And we talked about this before, but really, in the summertime, in the wintertime, even in fall and spring, we reach a point in which 2, maybe even 3 weeks, the temperatures are the same. You know, in the summer, they're in the 90s. They may go low and mid 90s, but they're hanging out in the 90s. They're not fluctuating by 10 to 30 degrees on, every other day, it seems. And that's what we've been doing for 5 straight weeks now. 29 is where we're sitting in Joplin. You can see some of those clouds starting to roll in out there. Feels like 20. The north breeze at about 10. Across the area, temperatures, we get some upper 20s mixed in with some low 30s, but we're all dealing with that north wind, and once you factor that in, feels like 19 in Iola right now. The rest of us, at least, the wind chills are into the low to mid 20s, so it still feels it's a pretty cold start to the day out there. And we're going to be cold and chilly through today. 32 to start, partly cloudy skies. Upper 30s by 11 a.m. and, of course, breezy because the north winds will be gusting upwards of 20 miles an hour. So even though we all should make the low 40s for highs, it's very likely going to feel like it's in the 30s just about all day long with those gusty winds. Now, the winds, again, will ease up late this evening into the overnight. Skies clear out. We're down in the low 30s by 10 o'clock, and we'll have northwest winds at 5 to 10 with our lows right around the mid 20s. Now, our roller coaster ride continues. Now, tomorrow, again, cold. Upper 30s, low 40s, northwest breeze gusting to 20. Then we start warming back up Thursday. Thursday through Tuesday, we're hanging out in the 50s. Now, some of these days, like Tuesday and Saturday, where we may be in the low 50s, we could have some upper 40s for highs. But the point is we're warming back up a bit. Scattered showers possible late Friday and again early Monday. Then we have another cold front that's going to pass through around the middle of next week. And take a look at what it does to the temperatures then. We fall right back down into the 40s, and our overnight lows start falling back into the 20s. This is what I mean by this roller coaster ride. Next week will mark 6 straight weeks of these up and down temperatures. Let's check your forecast. We'll be back with more right after this.
Well, children with special needs got an adorable ride to the North Pole ahead of Christmas.
Alan Shope reports from Kansas City on this magical trip.
Exciting opportunities like these are just amazing for our family.
Yeah, 4-year-old Beckham Collins is pretty nervous and pretty excited at the same time.
All week, it's every day is today.
It's his first time on a plane, and on Saturday afternoon, he got to fly to the North Pole to meet Santa.
To see the smile on his face.
More than 65 area kids making the quick 30-minute flight to the North Pole, and they were sent off by some of their favorite superheroes and characters, even Casey Wolf.
Today's about providing smiles, hope, love. Who's excited to go to the North North Pole.
After loading up on Delta Flight 2024, it was a quick journey moving at the speed of Santa's sled.
Our captain is Captain Kringle.
And when they arrived, Santa Claus, of course, a very busy guy this time of year, escorted by federal agents.
What we're trying to do is provide them a special day that they can enjoy the presents and Santa.
The Shadow Buddies Foundation has been in Kansas City for 30 years, giving free stuffed dolls to kids dealing with tough challenges. And the dolls represent some of those same challenges, letting them know they're not alone. It's the second year of the flight to the North Pole, an idea that was born in 1997. The idea and the message: spread the joy.
Caring and giving back to the kids, it's really special.
Very impressive. Very
Yes,
cool to
very
take that little
sweet.
flight to the North Pole, you know, and see Santa. And it look, I mean, just everything looks so extravagant and elaborate up there.
Absolutely, that's
And-
great.
And Santa with his federal agents. He's got to stay safe. He's got to make
he
those
does.
deliveries later this month. And if he was making them now, he might think it was Christmas because it's pretty cold outside. Let's take a look at the future track one more time. So again, we're looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies as we head into the morning and afternoon hours. And all of us, and even some of us just briefly, should make the low 40s out there today, and then skies will begin to clear a little later this evening, and we'll have clear skies for the most part overnight tonight. We'll get a little bit on the cold side, and then we're going to still be chilly tomorrow. In fact, be a little cooler tomorrow. We're looking at, say, the upper third of our area making the upper 30s. The rest of us should at least make the low 40s for our Wednesday. Now, Wednesday night, winds ease up, and then they shift out of the south as a warm front rolls through, brings in clouds, gusty south winds, a cold start to the day Thursday in the 20s, and then we'll see temperatures really start to warm up. Take a look at how they take off Thursday at noon. Gusty southwest winds, upper 40s, low 50s. Looking to head into even the mid 50s as we go into our Thursday afternoon. Partly cloudy skies starting to build in from our camera 7th and range line. 29 in Joplin feels like 20 with a north breeze at 9 miles an hour. Across the area, still upper 20s and low 30s for our temperatures this morning, but once you factor in that north wind, feels like 19 up in Iola is the coldest wind chill, but many of us not far off. We're in the low to mid 20s is what it feels like. 32 to start, partly cloudy, north winds gusting to 20. We'll make it to about 38 by 11 o'clock this morning. We'll have another look at your forecast and the news you need to know right after this.
Well, here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Emergency crews in Newton County, Missouri responded to multiple crashes in the same area. Around 8 yesterday in the morning, a vehicle left the road and struck a tree. A Newton County ambulance responded to the first crash and then found itself in a crash. Then another two-vehicle crash occurred while the first two were being attended to. All three crashes took place on Gateway Drive. 4 people were transported to area hospitals, all with non-life-threatening injuries. And starting January 1st, a new law will hold Missourians accountable for hand-operating their phones while driving. Now, currently, violators receive only a warning, but after December 31st, those caught using their phone by hand behind the wheel will face a $150 fine for a first offense. If the violation results in serious injury, the fine is doubled, and offenders could face up to 7 years in prison. And while you're out shopping for Christmas presents, don't forget about Toy Box Tuesday. You can donate a new toy anytime or today. We make it even easier for you to give. We'll have volunteers manning the phones during our noon, 5, 6, and 9 o'clock newscasts. All you have to do is call in and we'll do the shopping for you.
It's going to be a bit chilly out there today. Low 40s for just about all of us today, but with those gusty north winds pushing 20, it should feel like it's in the 30s. While partly, maybe even some brief, mostly cloudy skies out there. Skies cleared later this evening. Low 30s by 10. Clear skies overnight. Mid 20s. Northwest winds 5 to 10. And then the northwest breeze picks up again on our Wednesday, gusting to 20. Upper 30s, low 40s for our highs. Cold again Wednesday night. Warm front lifts through. We're in the 50s from Thursday through next Tuesday. Rain chances Friday and Monday. Then another cold front next week will bring our temperatures right back down again into the 40s.
Alrighty. Well, a quirky idea in one Blue Springs, Missouri neighborhood has turned into a festive way to give to the community. And it all started with one neighbor's idea to place 14-foot tall Santas down the street. That's 21 in total.
Soon the neighborhood began to notice increased traffic in their area, so they turned their newfound attraction into an opportunity to benefit the Community Services League by asking for blankets, toys, food, clothes, and anything else that might be able to help. Certainly an impressive sight. Look at all those giant Santas down there. That's really cool.
How fun would that be to go down that lane and just see what they've all got going on with all those Santas?
That's a lot of Santa. It'd be really very cool to see, though, for sure. Well, thank you all so much for letting us put the good into your morning. We're back with more news and weather and our Toy Box Tuesday telethon today at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.